Evening everybody, Rich here, back for another From the Depths sinking ship video, and this is sinking the Queen Mary, as you can tell here. It's another one of my Minecraft conversions. Once again, there is a tutorial available for this behemoth. I think I made this in about 2014, the tutorial anyway. Made this just after the Queen Mary 2 tutorial. So yeah, that's available on my channel. I haven't uploaded any of my ships to Steam Library yet, Steam Workshop yet, so may get around to doing that. But this is the biggest ship I have available in From the Depths. Now, I mean, the Aquitania I done a few days ago or last week sometime is actually quite, although it is a large ship, it is smaller than this thing. This, like I said, this thing is huge. And yeah, this is like again, like before, like all the other times, the sole purpose of this video is just to sink it. It's been requested a number of times, and we'll crack on with it. Just point out a few other things as well. This is a moving ship, unlike the Wilhelm I did last week. It is a fully functional ship. It's got empty compartments, as you can tell. It's got engines, which are basically batteries and RTGs, and on the propellers there are propellers, so it can move roughly about 6 to 7 meters a second. So it's not fast, but it can move. That's the important thing. So anyway, that's the Queen Mary, and a quick fly around of this thing. Like I said, tutorial available. Although it's not perfect and accurate, it is the only Queen Mary in From the Depths. So there we go. Anyway, like I said, the sole purpose is just to sink it, and what we're going to do, we're going to dig out old Mamba again. I must get and do another video of this thing being destroyed. And what we're going to do, we're going to use the big gun on the top like before, and we're going to aim at the bow. I would have sunk it from the stern, but I don't know, something more pleasurable about sinking it from the front, so it doesn't sound right, does it? But what I'm going to try and do, we're going to try and crack the heavy armour again, so I'm going to aim about there and see if the shells hit and do any damage. Well, the shells hit, and did they do any damage? Oh yes, plenty of damage to the hull, but did they crack? Yes, they cracked the heavy armour, and also cracked the longitude bulkhead as well. So that's a good start. We've accomplished something today. It's not going to affect the ship's stability very much. You can see that the draft is still even steam, although it's see it's going down, but it's still relatively even steam, as you can see. That it's just bobbing up and down because of the weight of the ship is just slightly reduced. So what we're going to do, head to the next compartment and aim about there. So here comes the next set of shells. And once again, another nice boom in the side there. And yeah, it's going right through the ship, and there, that's enough to send the bow down. I've also made sure there's no ammunition inside this ship as well, unlike the Kaiser Wilhelm. This ship has no cargo on board, so it's not going to explode unexpectedly like the last one did. So again, we've got two rather large hulls, or say four rather large hulls, because the shells have gone right through the ship. So well, it's basically three hulls because the one large hole on the side here. But all the compartments on the bow are now open. We've got four compartments, which are longitude, and the rest of them behind that are fully just partitioned off widthways. And this compartment is actually damaged as well, as you can tell there. So what we've got to do, we've got to aim for the next compartment. So I'm going to try and aim about there, and I don't want to try and aim too low because, like just happened there, the shells bounce, they skim the water and they fly up. But that was enough to damage the ship, and she's taking a big list, or not a list, but a big dive forward. So that's quite a good aim there. So she's very much down in the water. You can really see the size of the hull as well. If you look at the silhouette in the water, you can see how large the ship is. You get the hull like that. So yeah, she's down quite a lot at the forecastle. The forecastle is right above the water. And remember, kids, the forecastle, although it's spelt forecastle, it is actually pronounced forecastle. There are a lot of ship experts out there who still can't get it right. Right, so that's that compartment breached, and that's my phone going off. Who wants me? I'm not going to bother with that. So yeah, I'm going to head to the next compartment, which is also flooded now, so we've got plenty of compartments flooded, so I'm going to go to the next one, which is about there, and we're very low in the water now. So I'm going to try and get the shells. I don't want the shells to skim like that. As you can see, they aim too high. Well, it's because of what I'm aiming at. It's too low in the water and they skim. But we're going down now. The ship is now very much knackered. And yep, that's a horrific scene, really. And she's still going, is she? She's still going slightly. I know she's stopped now. She's got a very slight list to one side as well, as you can tell by the water line there. She is very slightly listing to starboard. And yeah, she's down. But she's not. Oh, I'll say she's down, but she's not out yet. So we're gonna head to the stern and see what the situation is there. You can see the propellers are just above the water. You can see here there used to be a fin here. If you ever followed my tutorial, there used to be a fin of red blocks here, but I had to remove that because of the weight. It's just basically dead weight, so I had to remove it. So that's the reason that's not on there. But look at that. Look at it from that angle. It's horrific, isn't it? Although it's still better graphics than that Titanic 2 film, which the Queen Mary was used. If you want me to, I could actually turn the ship upside down and use it as the Poseidon, because that is actually the same ship used in the original Poseidon adventure. So I could shoot it in the side and tip it upside down, but I have to wait and see. I haven't got the waves turned on, so I don't know if the heaviest waves will affect it, but I'll have to try that one out. I'll do an experiment later on, and if the results are good, I shall do a video of it, but we'll see. Alright, so we're down to... How many compartments are flooded? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So about 8 compartments flooded so far, and there are a lot of compartments in this ship. 8 or 9 compartments. So what we'll do, we'll aim roughly here again, and see what the outcome will be. I don't think she'll dive too much. I don't think the shells are going to have much effect because they're too... I think they're too far away or just too low. What we'll have to do is aim a bit higher. Aim about here. You can see the shells they're just going into the water and they haven't got enough momentum. So I'm going to aim a bit higher. Aim about there, I think. Most of them skimmed, and yep, that's enough just to send her down again. So now she's on her way down. I say on our way down. She didn't go down very much. I think the idea I need to do is sort of fire a few torpedoes at the hull, and just to remove some of the light alloy, and then she'll start to tip. But yeah, it's quite a horrific scene. She's still quite level though. I mean, the lifeboats could be launched. I mean, if you're walking on the deck, there's not a huge list, and you can see that, judging by the horizon, she's still moving, but she's also still at a relatively stable angle, so you can still walk on the deck quite neatly. So we just have a quick walk up here. We won't be able to walk here very well, obviously, because there's a massive chasm, but overall the ship ain't too bad. Just head up to the stern, and the propellers are a little bit higher out the water, but nothing too serious. So I think this will be the new thumbnail. I think I'll take the screenshot here and use that for the thumbnail. Right, what we're going to do now, we're going to do the same again. We're going to move along to the next compartment and obliterate that one, although I'm going to aim a bit higher up again, because I don't want the shells to skim, which they did. But now the ship's on our way down again, so that's enough to satisfy me for that. And yet the bridge, the boat deck is now in the water. The ship is moving forward. That's the moment. That's sort of down 3, forward 1 sort of thing. Just basically the stern is going to rise and the bow is going to sort of level out a bit. But if you're on the bridge, and this is your view, And there's the mainframe. Through the doors. Funnel still pumping away there. Head to the stern, see what the situation is there. And still the props are above the water. She's sort of bobbing a bit, as you can see, she's sort of going up and down. Right, next job. Same again, with fire at another compartment. We aim about a bit further along, maybe about there. As long as we're hitting that department, the ship will. And did that do anything? I don't think. Well, the shells had effect, but I don't think. No, they weren't low enough. There's a hole in that area there. There's a hole there, but it's not low enough to breach that compartment, so that's not a big issue. Just got to aim there again, so we're going to aim about there, see if that'll breach. It's done a bit of damage, and still the ship is remaining level. I think now what the time is to crack open the torpedo. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to head back to Mamba and put the big gun away. And we're going to drive a bit closer. I don't want to get too close. Well, I don't want to get too far away either. Too close or too far away, because I don't want the torpedoes to go rogue and sort of aim at anything. Because I've had a few problems with the torpedoes coming back and hitting me. But we're going to get a little bit closer, so we just climb on board. Shit, wait, and we'll stop about there, actually. If you look at this view, you can see the size of that ship compared to the Mamba. The Mamba's a big ship on its own, but the Queen Mary, she is absolutely huge. Oh, there's not much. I can't really see the detail above in that view, but it's not a big issue. I'm going to return Mamba this way, and then we'll start firing torps. I don't want the torpedoes to go rogue, like I said. I don't want them to go rogue and start causing all sorts of arse ache. So if aim about that way, a little bit more that way, and then we'll go. A lot of them missed, but the ones that dive don't. Yep, that's a lot of damage done. And yep, down she's going. She's now taking a dive. Now the bridge is going under now. That's quite a horrific amount of flooding that occurred then. So now the bridge is under. That's the mast on the mast has been broken off as well. So the bridge is now completely submerged. The first funnel is now on the waterline. Great. That's something we achieved. Let's pop back to the stern, see what the situation is here. The propellers. Now the ship has dropped a little bit. That's probably because a compartment further along got blasted open. Yeah, there's a few compartments damaged, but that's not a big issue. So what we're going to do, we're going to fire a few more torpedoes, keep the tradition alive, and eventually she will succumb to the injuries. Doesn't sound right, that one, does it? So most of the torpedoes are missing, that's because they're not aiming at the bulk of the ship. Down she goes again, taking another huge list. On the mast has just collapsed as well. The mast is only light alloy, so that should just float back up again. Oh, and also the derricks and spurs are broken off as well. So the mast just looks like a crucifix floating on the water. All nice and good. And is our ship still going down? She is still going down slowly. And just have a look at the damage down there. I mean, look at the damage, it's huge amounts. And a bit still falling off. So yeah, that's quite a lot done. So we'll just head to the stern again, see if we can see what the situation is there. So the stern has dropped a bit more, I think. But it's not a huge issue. You can really see at this angle the ship is sort of in her death throes. But she's still stable. Where's the Mamba gone? Not there. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to move Mamba a bit further, or a bit closer. Once again, still don't want the tops to go rogue, so we're going to get as close as we can for these torpedoes. We don't want to get too close, because otherwise they'll, well, I don't know what they'll do, they'll probably just go in one big clump and explode. So we'll go to about there, which is sort of ridiculously close. And we'll turn slightly that way, and then we'll try and aim roughly for the funnel. So aim that way. A lot of them hit the funnel. The torpedoes exploding all over the place. Wreckage floating all over the place. And the bow is taking a very slight dip forward. You can just see on the funnel there, the ship is now tipping down slightly. The funnel itself hasn't suffered any damage apart from the black lines being blown out. That's because the main, or as you can tell by the hexagon effect on the funnel, the funnels are actually made out of heavy armour, so they're going to stay attached, and well, unless the black line at the bottom, any of these black lines get destroyed, then the funnel will collapse. Because they're not made out of heavy armour. And look, this piece is still coming off. Look, no, they disappeared. Yeah, there's going to be pieces coming off for quite a while. There's another piece that's gone up there. So the funnel is on the waterline. Let's send another set of torpedoes in. So a lot of torpedoes are missing because they're not designed to dive that low. But yep, another swift hit there, and another very subtle list forward. But the funnel's going to stay intact because of the impact damage isn't enough. So there we go. So she is very much down in the water now. And the stern is starting to rise again. If you look, you can actually see the stern rising. Although it's more bobbing at the moment. Okay, that's not a big issue. So if we send in a few more torpedoes, and we'll stay about here, see if the stern will actually rise, if it will have any effect. And I think it is. I think it's just bobbing at the moment. Yeah, it's just going up and down. Oh wait. Yep, that's done. I think that's quite a bit of forward list there. So the ship has actually taken quite a bit more damage and is starting to rise a bit more. Look at the wreckage. Don't know what that piece was, but it's quite big. Don't know where that come from. Possibly a lifeboat, because there aren't many left on this side now. Forget it. Just fire a few more. As you can tell by the size of this ship, it's going to be a while before it does sink. It's just massive. Any effect at all? Yeah, just a slight dip forward. Basically just keep firing torpedoes until she does sink. That's the whole purpose. It's really all you can do. Keep firing, but the ship ain't gonna fire them. She ain't reloaded yet. There we go. A lot more pieces coming off there. But still, the ship is not taking a dive. But she is listing quite badly. Look at that. She's actually tipping to one side now. Okay. That's probably because of the damage to one side. Yeah, it's quite horrific, that one. Fire a few more. Just gonna keep firing at the funnel. And more pieces rising. So eventually there'll be no light alloy left and the whole thing will just sink like a brick. lost a couple of smoke generators and the funnel's taking a dive now, so the ship is on the move again. So let's have a quick pop to the stern. And the propellers are gradually rising, but I think it's still more of a case of just floating with the rhythm of the sea. Alright, same again. Just fire away. Once again, hundreds of thousands of pieces rise, but not a lot of action. She's dipping a little bit, she's still going down, but not huge amounts. Maybe I should have put ammunition inside the ship just to make something happen. But that's the first funnel completely submerged now, I think, yeah. So there ain't much left now, so what I'm going to do, turn Mamba slightly to the left. And then we'll start aiming a bit further forward, so... Fire a few more torpedoes. A lot of them missing because of the angle of the ship. I think all the smoke... Oh no, the smoke generators are still going, they just stop puffing for a bit. Right. Which is definitely listing to one side, that's quite a horrific amount of damage here taken on. She's still bobbing a little bit. Let's have a look inside. What compartments are left? So, that's dry. Engine room's flooded. Compartment front, that's flooded. Flooded. So we all know that... Hang on, that's all flooded. So we need aim sort of in this area, but I don't want to aim too much that way, because we haven't got a lot of compartments left. I think the purpose of today is just to obliterate as much of the front as we can. And she will go down. I'm trying to get the ship to tip at an angle, but I don't want it to tip too much. So if we just turn this way slightly, and then fire. And a lot more damage done there, and the stern is taking quite a rise. Whoa. Okay, a lot happened there. See, the funnel is going under, so I might just sit here and wait for the funnel to go under, because I don't think it's going to stop at this rate. Okie dokie, right, let's aim a few more. May as well just hang about here now then. Just watch the ship rise. That's it about here. So what I need to do is just sit around and press control just to fire. There we go. So there's just loads of damage being occurred. And the ship is really on the way down now. Not sort of angle it is now, but we've got three and a half, or 2.5 propellers out of 4 above the water now. I was going to say available. And they are all still attached, which is surprising. But what I do, just keep on firing, and eventually the ship will succumb. Loose pieces everywhere, there's pieces breaking off. Floating handrails, or they're really just window frames. So I think what we need to do now is turn Mamba a bit more towards the stern now, and bloody hell. There's damage! Mamba's attacked herself. That's not good. Damn you, Mamba, what you've been doing to yourself. And usually, I think what it was, usual suspect, rogue torpedo. Right, let's just turn a bit that way, and fire. Just look how high she is in the water now. She's continuing to rise as well. I think there's 4 compartments at the stern, just holding together enough to keep a buoyant at the stern. The rest of it's now completely dead. Dead lumber. How close to the seabed is she as well? Because I mean, this is a huge ship, it's the biggest ship I've got, and it's just, oh, there's still plenty of space before she hits the seabed. God, that's scary. That's like a ghost ship. It's effectively a ghost ship. Anyway, that's all we've got left now, just a small portion of the stern. And we've got to sink it. I think the most honourable thing to do there was to turn Mamba a bit more towards the stern. And then we can just aim at them willy-nilly, basically. And let the torpedoes do the work. Shit, what have I done? I'll set the bloody missiles off. I don't think they're going to do nothing. There's no heat signature. Alright, that's fun. That's, don't know. Where are you going? So, you know, 64 went that way and 1 went that way. Oh, it doesn't matter. Let's just fire the torpedoes. And, oh, yep, that's cracked another compartment because down the stern goes. It's taken a hit. The ship took a massive list then. But now the stern is rising again. If I sit here, you can see the angle of it. It's just tipping over. So, like before, there isn't much above the ship, or above the surface. The angle is getting steeper. Let's just fire a few more. It's just got to keep firing until something happens. But still, the stern continues to rise. Look at it, it's still moving. It might be long before she's completely 30. What's that, about 45 degrees? Probably more. So at this rate, it should be 90 degrees in a few minutes. So if we just keep firing. Ooh, another big list there. Okay, the stern just dropped, but I think it's going to start rising again. It's just a compartment's been blown open, that's why. There can't be much left now. I think it's finished now. I think the ship is overwhelmed. Oh no, propellers are still rising again. I think I'll just set the I'll set the torpedoes off, that's fine. Down she goes again. Basically just got to keep firing, so we've only got that little portion left. So just turn Mamba directly towards the stern. And that should be enough really to obliterate and destroy. Yep, she's on the way down now. I expect there's still compartments that are not flooded. We'll just have a look inside quick. So the stern compartments are flooded, flooded, dry, flooded, flooded. Actually all the compartments are flooded, it's just the light alloy really, it's holding her up. So that one compartment which is, where was it? Here. Try and aim the big gun at it, I don't think it'll do any good. No. Oh shit. I'm just blown the front of my Mamba off. That was clever, wasn't it? That's what happens when you aim too low, you end up firing it yourself. Oh well. Better get the toolkit out. Yeah, that's not too good. Okay, let's go back to torpedoes. They seem to be the best way of dealing with these things. And yep, sinking a bit more now. She's still putting up a fight though. You see, she's still, her angle's still climbing. The bow's going down, the stern's still trying to rise up. And the torpedoes are still coming. Not long now. A few more minutes and then that'll be it, I think. Just keep firing. And still the ship is not going under. Like I say, just keep firing torpedoes, eventually it will go. But I think that blast to the Mamba's bow has actually done something to the ammunition storage because it's not reloading very quick. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a big blast there. And I think that was the last compartment finally breached because that was a big list going on there. Well, not a list, but a big dive. I think that's the end of Queen Mary. But no, she's still hanging on. The bloody ship's still hanging on. So what do? We fire a few more torpedoes. Oh, that's done something. She's going down a bit more now. There's no such thing as air bubbles in from the depths. Once a compartment's breached, it's breached, so I think all compartments have been breached. And the last tail end of Queen Mary is just going under very slowly. Very slowly. Now sod it. Fire a few more torpedoes. Torpedoes are fun. That is pretty much it. So that took a long time. As you go, as he's under. So that took a long time to sink, as she's a huge ship. And I think it's pretty much the light alloy that's kept her afloat. But I try using other materials, and this is sort of the best combination. And that's it. Queen Mary's, I'd say gone, but she's only there. She's only just below the surface, but she's on her way now down to the seabed. It's going to be a long time before she gets there. I mean, the size of her, but she's still quite away from the seabed. But yeah, she's going to take forever to get there, so I won't do an update video with the wreck, or do an update at the end of the video with the wreck, because it's just going to take about an hour or 5 to get there. I mean, it's taken, what, half an hour to sink her? And she's only there, so there's no guarantee she's going to get to the bottom very soon. Piece there, docking bridge, is not attached, so that's going to fall off in a second. That'll come rising to the surface. But anyway, that's the Queen Mary done. And the Mamba is now scarred for life. Oh, that's actually now repaired itself. Oh, the game's just gone into seizure mode. Oh, come on. Game stopped working. Why? Why? Oh, there we go. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, the Mamba has repaired itself, but is still scarred, but that's not a big issue. And it's gone into seizure mode again. Oh, there we go. Right, so yeah, like I said at the beginning, and the game's gone into seizure mode again. What's going on? I think she's finally hit sea bottom. Hurry up. Trying to move mouse, nothing happened. Right, well, anyway, like I was saying, there is a tutorial available, like I said at the beginning, for the Queen Mary, if you're interested in that. You can build it in Minecraft and then convert it to FTD if you want. There's not really much else I can say. There are other ships that I can build, well, I say convert and sink if you want me to. I was going to do another video of the Mamba, just the Mamba, and sort of sinking the Mamba and the evolutionary steps of the Mamba. I mean, this ship is sort of evolved from what was a submarine into what it is now, a floating boom factory, if you like. It was originally a submarine, but it's evolved, and it no longer is. That's that. Anyway, that's sinking the Queen Mary, and this is Rich signing off, logging off and disappearing, and I shall return with another video. So, bye for now.